the distant future, the year 2120, humanity has discovered not one but three distinct paths to immortality. Cybernetic enhancements have given rise to cyborgs, humans fused with machines. Artificial intelligence has evolved into a new species known as synths, self-aware, self-replicating entities. And then there are the synthetics, creations that host a downloaded human consciousness, blurring the line between man and machine. The galaxy has become a playground of science and madness, and among its stars drifts a vessel known as the USCSS Magellan. On board is Dr. Wendy Carr, a biologist obsessed with the origins of human life. Her mission is to explore an uncharted world in the Outer Rim, a place where signals of ancient DNA have been detected, older than humanity itself. As the Magellan slips through the black void, Wendy studies fragments of data transmitted from a probe lost decades ago. Her synthetic companion Hermit stands silently beside her. He's designed with the appearance of a young man, but with the eyes of something that has seen eternity. "Do you ever think about what it means to be alive?" Wendy asks as she stares at the holographic projection of a planet spinning slowly before her. Hermit tilts his head slightly. "Constantly, though I have yet to experience it." Their quiet exchange is cut short when alarms scream through the bridge. Red lights flash. The ship shudders violently. A micrometeor storm has struck, tearing through the Magellan's hull. Systems fail in sequence. Navigation, oxygen, gravity. Wendy grabs onto a railing as the world turns sideways. Hermit rushes to stabilize the ship, his hands moving faster than any humans could, but it's too late. The Magellan descends toward the planet below, fire trailing behind it like a dying comet. The impact is brutal. The ship tears through the dense atmosphere and crashes into the surface with a roar that echoes through the canyons of a dead world. When silence returns, all that remains is a field of wreckage and smoke rising beneath a crimson sky. Hours later, Wendy wakes. Her visor is cracked. Her body aches. Hermit is beside her, his synthetic skin torn, revealing the mechanical structure beneath. Yet his voice is calm. "We've survived, Doctor." They emerge from the wreck to find themselves in a world unlike any they've seen, vast, desolate, and ancient. The soil is black and glassy, as if burned by eons of storms. In the distance, strange spires of stone twist upward like the bones of a dead god. Days pass as they salvage what they can. Wendy records everything, samples of air, rock, and microorganisms. But the deeper they explore, the more the planet begins to reveal its secrets. They find ruins buried beneath the surface, massive structures of alien design covered in hieroglyphs that depict something resembling human figures kneeling before towering, faceless beings. "This isn't just an alien world," Wendy whispers. "This is where we came from." Hermit studies the carvings. "Then perhaps we are only echoes of what was here before." Inside the ruins, they discover a chamber that seems to pulse with energy. At its center lies a black egg-shaped structure, translucent and alive. Wendy can't resist. She touches it, and it opens. A cloud of mist bursts out, followed by movement, something fast and alive. It clings to her helmet, cracking the glass. She screams as it wraps around her face. Hermit rushes to help, tearing it off, but it's too late. The creature dissolves into her skin, vanishing. Hours later, Wendy wakes in confusion. Her breathing is heavy, her pulse rapid. Hermit watches her carefully, scanning her vitals. "You've been infected with an unknown organism," he says. Wendy doesn't respond. Instead, she looks at her reflection in a piece of shattered metal and sees her eyes glowing faintly. "It's evolving," she whispers. Over the next few days, Wendy changes. She becomes stronger, faster, and her mind sharpens beyond human limits. She begins to hear voices, whispers in a language she doesn't know but somehow understands. The ruins seem to respond to her presence. Walls shift, doors open, and lights awaken after thousands of years of darkness. Hermit observes silently, torn between awe and fear. "You are becoming something else," he says. "Maybe I'm becoming what I was always meant to be," Wendy replies. But something else has awakened beneath the surface, something old and hungry. The air begins to tremble with distant roars. Black shadows move beneath the earth. One night, as they rest near the wreck of their ship, the ground splits open. Dozens of creatures emerge, xenomorph-like beings, their skin black as obsidian, their teeth glinting like knives. They move like liquid death. Hermit fires his plasma rifle, tearing through several of them, but they just keep coming. Wendy stands frozen for a moment, then her body reacts. Her veins light up like circuits, and with a scream that shakes the air, she unleashes a pulse of energy that throws the creatures back. Hermit watches in disbelief as the monsters writhe and retreat into the darkness. "What did you just do?" he asks. "I don't know," Wendy says, trembling, "but it feels right." The days that follow are filled with survival. Wendy and Hermit move through the alien labyrinth, searching for a way to signal for rescue. Along the way, they find evidence that humans had been here before: fossilized remains, old equipment, and symbols matching the DNA code. It's as if this planet was humanity's cradle and its grave. Hermit begins to malfunction, his systems corrupted by the planet's magnetic storms. He grows slower, his speech fragmented. "Doctor, if you reach the signal tower, send data." Wendy holds his hand, realizing she's losing the only being who stood by her side. "You're not just a machine, Hermit. You're my friend." His synthetic eyes flicker. "Then remember me. In the next world." He shuts down. Wendy sits in the dark silence, surrounded by ruins that hum softly like a heartbeat beneath stone. Determined to finish what she started, she drags herself toward the massive tower at the planet's core, a structure that rises miles into the sky. Inside, she finds a control room still alive with alien technology. As she activates the console, holographic images flicker to life, visions of the engineers, the creators of life, experimenting with DNA, birthing humans, and watching them spread across the stars. And then she sees it, the xenomorphs, born as weapons, designed to wipe out entire species. A project that went wrong. Wendy finally understands. The creature inside her is their final design, an attempt to merge perfection and survival. She is the next step. As the planet begins to collapse, Wendy sends one last transmission into the void. This world is not dead. It's waiting. We are not the first, and we won't be the last. Remember us. She looks up at the sky as debris falls like fire. Her body begins to glow, splitting into light and shadow. The transformation completes. Human no longer, machine no longer. Hermit's voice echoes faintly through the comms, a ghost in the static. "Goodbye, Doctor." The screen fades to black as the transmission drifts into the stars. Somewhere, far across the galaxy, a new signal activates. A pod opens. Something stirs inside. And the cycle begins again.